Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we want to look at a recap of Teni'S Big Day. Please note that this movie is a sequel to Hire a Man and Hire a Woman. You can go check out these movies if you haven't done so yet. Although Teni'S Big Day can also be seen as a standalone, especially because the cast tried as much as possible to let us know what had transpired in the first two seasons. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Teni'S Big Day began with Nancy ISIME, who cast as Teni, welcoming us into our world and ultimately telling us family and fashion are the two things she loves most in this world. Her love and dedication to work as an editor for a fashion magazine soon got her promoted at the office. With her promotion came a brand new car. Teni was elated. Her friends were even more elated. Teni couldn't have asked for better friends. In celebration of Teni's achievement, her and her friends turned up at the club to party it out. Then, Benjamin, Teni's ex-boyfriend from 5 years ago, suddenly showed up to profess his undying love for her. Please note that in Hire a Man, which is the season 1 of this movie, Teni broke up with Benjamin because he would always run after everything in skirts. He cheated countless times and Teni couldn't deal with him, so she dumped his ass. She is also not ready to date him again because she's already engaged to the love of her life, Ekene, and they are preparing to spend the rest of their lives together. Next stop shows Tishe, Teni's elder sister, having an argument with her husband Jeff. Jeff is traveling for work and Tishe doesn't seem to like that idea. Aside from the fact that Tishe believes Jeff is probably cheating on her, Teni's wedding is around the corner and they both were to attend together. A quick flashback guys, Tishe and Jeff actually met in a really crazy circumstance in Hire a Man, which is the season 1 of this movie. Tishe hired Jeff to serve as a man at a family reunion when her parents wouldn't let her rest without a man. That was how their relationship blossomed from there and they got married. Back to the present guys. Teni's Big Day is a few days away and she needed it to be perfect. Her and Ekene's friends and family turned up for the wedding. Little did they know that there are about to be some twists and turns that might leave Teni's Big Day hanging on a thread. Part of the problem started when Benjamin decided to show up for the wedding. He was invited by his girlfriend Toyosi, who also happens to be one of Teni's closest friends. Toyosi probably wouldn't have invited him if she knew Teni and Benjamin were once an item. Anyways, they all boarded the private jet to the resort where the wedding is to take place. On arrival at the resort, it seems Benjamin is not the only ex on site. Tricia, Ekene's ex-girlfriend, is also available for the wedding. Apparently, she had been invited by Hani, her friend, and Ekene's younger sister, who is known for her bratty behavior. Ekene wasn't pleased seeing his ex. He soon asked Hani why she brought his ex-girlfriend to his wedding. Much later, at dinner, Benjamin questioned Ekene's love for Teni, asking him if he was sure he wanted to marry her and be with her forever, making examples of how many people get married today and get divorced tomorrow. This talk, however, seems to trigger almost everybody at the table. Benjamin soon apologized for his behavior. Annie and Tricia made their way to Ekene's table as Tricia tried as much as possible to flirt with him. This did not go unnoticed by Teni, who initially excused herself. Jude soon walked in to greet everyone. For your information, Jude and Teni used to be colleagues. In Hire a Woman, which is the season 2 of this movie, Jude hired Teni to be his pretend girlfriend in order to make his ex-girlfriend jealous at a reunion. Jude and Teni soon excused themselves and Jude tells Teni his relationship with his girlfriend Nifemi has been rocky recently. He feels frustrated because he plans to propose to her at Teni's wedding. In the next scene, Teni tells Ekene how unhappy she is that his sister had to invite his ex-girlfriend to her wedding. While Ekene tried to reassure her that she was the one he loves and chose to be with, the bratty Hani decided to choose this time to ruin their alone moment and comes to drag Ekene away. Guess where she's taking him to? You guessed right, to her friend Tricia, who also happens to be Ekene's ex-girlfriend. Teni soon goes looking for Ekene, but then Benjamin popped out of nowhere. He was on about still loving her and he tried to steal a kiss from her. Well, he got served with a slap in return. When Teni eventually finds Ekene, she did not like the sight in front of her. She made her displeasure known to Ekene and Ekene explained that Tricia only wanted to know why he broke up with her. The lovebirds soon settled their differences. It seemed the couple's exes are not the only ones out to ruin their wedding. Ekene's mother is hell-bent on frustrating the success of the wedding as well. And the worst part is that, as the bride, Teni allowed all her ridiculous demands, which included changing their wedding planner, choosing their wedding cake designs, changing their food menu, Teni wearing her fat old wedding gowns, among many other frustrating impositions. Next scene shows Teni going to look for her father. She found him fidgeting and begging someone on the phone. He quickly cut the call when he saw Teni. Teni asked what the problem was. He played it cool and told her everything was fine. Much later, the group came out for some drinks. While Ekene ordered a lemonade drink for Teni, Benjamin made him know that she would not like the drink and suggested another drink instead. When Ekene asked why, he mentioned that he knows what women want, a statement that made everyone at the table laugh. Ekene sought Teni's preference and she point-blank denied Benjamin's drink option and opted for the lemonade drink. Everybody laughed even harder at Benjamin's notion of knowing what women want. Tishe, who had earlier excused herself, came back to the table and tried out Teni's drink. Unknowingly of the conversation that had transpired in her absence, she blurted out that Teni hated lemons and asked her why she was having a lemonade drink. Everyone at the table, including Ekene, wondered why Teni lied, while Benjamin continually smirked like he won a lottery.
You like it?
Why are you having lemonade? You totally hate lemons.
Their room, Ekene and Teni had a talk about what happened at the table and promised not to keep secrets from each other. Teni contemplated telling Ekene about Benjamin being her ex, but then she backed out of it in the last minute. In the next scene, Toyosi bumped into Jide, who had been moody because Nifemi wouldn't talk to him or even show up for the wedding. She encouraged him and dragged him to the pool to hang out with the rest. At the pool, Annie caught Benjamin checking Teni out. She accused him of liking Teni, even though he denied it. Next up, Teni and Ify are having a conversation regarding the wedding when they spotted Trisha following Ekene around. Ify decided to handle the situation and made sure to put Trisha in her place.
You know what?
Let me handle this.
I ran into Trisha after my discussion with Mom C. Said she doesn't know the way to the pool, so...
In that case, I'll show her the way.
It's okay. I can find my way.
Let me go change into something appropriate. Join you guys.
The pool is that way.
Trisha soon came reporting to Annie. Annie, however, assured her that when the time was right, she would have Ekene all to herself. Still at the pool, Jide helps Toyosi take photographs of herself. With excitement, Toyosi hugs and pecks him for taking such fantastic pictures. Unfortunately, Nifemi, the woman Jide had been hoping to see, made a surprise arrival, and the scene right before her upset her so much. A quick flashback, guys. Please note that in season 2, which is Hire a Woman, like I said earlier, Jide hired Teni to be his pretense girlfriend in order to make his ex-girlfriend jealous at a reunion. You should know that Toyosi is Jide's ex-girlfriend, and Nifemi knows this. In season 2, Jide and Toyosi tried to rekindle their relationship, but it did not work out because Jide later fell in love with Nifemi, a lady he also met at the reunion. Back to the present, guys. Jide was surprised to see Nifemi. He then shoved Toyosi away and ran after the love of his life. Nifemi blamed him for their relationship stagnation and asked if Toyosi was the reason they are not moving forward, citing how they have been dating for 2 years but nothing to show for it, while Teni and Ekene only dated for 10 months and they are already getting married. Jide, however, wasn't too pleased with this outburst.
Let's carry on.
Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Don't touch me! She's the reason we're not moving forward, right? Just tell me. Don't be scared.
What?
What? Teni and Ekene, how long have they known each other? How long? 10 months, and we are here for their wedding. Both of us have been together for 2 years, and we're just stagnant. Nothing.
Is this the reason why you're acting up?
It's not enough, huh? It's not enough to be acting up.
Are you kidding me? So because Teni and Ekene are getting married, you want us to measure our relationship with theirs?
Oh, that's what you're saying. You're not trying to turn tables, right? You're trying to just flip everything on me.
You know what? I can't even believe you right now, and to be honest, I'm very disappointed at you.
I'm disappointed too.
Later that night, at the bridal shower, everything was going on well until Toyosi and Nifemi made their displeasure for each other known. Nifemi accused Toyosi for always sticking around Jide, while Toyosi denied it and tried to make her understand that Jide loves and chose her instead, and that there was nothing going on between her and Jide. Meanwhile, Annie and Tricia deceived and drugged Benjamin the womanizer. They took his phone, looking for evidence that could implicate Teni and ultimately make the wedding a failure. After the not-so-fun bridal shower, Tisha had a conversation with Nifemi, advising her to reconcile with Jide if they truly love each other. In the next scene, Teni is worried about Nifemi and Toyosi not getting along. Ekene pacified her and they soon made their way to go taste the wedding menus for the guests. While at it, Ekene's mother chose this time to show up and to voice out her displeasure over the choice of food, rigidly imposing on the couple to take her own food suggestions again. At this point, Ekene has had enough. He cautioned his mother and told her to stop meddling in their wedding affairs. Teni was however apologetic about the situation and immediately gave in to her demands again.
Oh my god, that's amazing!
It is, really.
It is. Try this. It's really good. Good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Very nice.
I'm sure our guests will love it.
I'm sure they will. Mom, what are you doing here? Also, we're trying out the food that the guests will have tomorrow.
Yes, mommy. It's really nice.
It's really nice. You should have some.
You're joking. Why? No. I mean, you should definitely try some. It's so good.
This tiny food that I cannot even recognize.
Mommy, please.
No. Okay, tell me. What happens to jollof rice? What happens to pounded yam and egusi soup? Banga and star?
No, Mom, you need to stop. This is our wedding. And the guests that are coming are our guests. You need to stop acting. No, wait. You need to stop acting like it is your wedding because it is not.
You're talking to your mother in this manner? I'm just trying to help. And you watch your husband talk to me in a very disrespectful manner.
No, Ma. I mean, I'm sorry, Ma. I'm really sorry about this. It's fine. Whatever you want. We will cancel this. I'll call the planner. We'll cancel this and we'll bring the rice and the pounded yam. Is there any other thing you want, Ma?
You know what? I really can't take this and I'm done.
Can I hold on? Can I... I'm sorry, Ma. Please, Ma.
Next scene, Benjamin is seen professing his love to another woman on the phone. Unknowingly to him, Toyosi could hear him. He goes to leave the room for a drink. Toyosi plays it cool and tells him to get her something when coming back. A day to the wedding, Tisha called Jeff to confirm if he was still coming to the wedding like he promised. He confirmed his coming. Next stop, Nifemi goes looking for Jide, who has been ghosting her. She apologized for thinking he was still seeing Toyosi and they soon reconciled. At the wedding spot, the wedding planner was talking about the wedding arrangement when Annie and Tricia walked into the space to read out intimacy messages about Benjamin and Teni. Teni denied ever being intimate with Benjamin and decided to tell everyone that Benjamin used to be her ex-boyfriend. Toyosi was angry at her, but then Ify told her to direct her anger towards Benjamin and not Teni. A crying Toyosi told Benjamin she knew there was someone else and broke up with him right there and then. Ekene was disappointed at Teni for keeping such secrets away from him. Tears flowed in every angle, and everyone wondered if there was going to still be a wedding the next day.
Now it is obvious that Teniola and Benjamin are having an affair.
We are not having an affair.
You kissed him!
I did not!
The messages say differently.
We didn't kiss. I
Liar!
tried to kiss me and I
Liar!
said him. Benjamin, say something!
Liar!
How could you? Teni, why?
You see, it's not the truth.
Do you just enjoy coming between me and my happiness?
Of course not. What are you talking about? Benjamin is my ex.
He's your what? He's your ex? And you didn't think you should tell me?
I think it was necessary. He's in the past. I didn't want to just ruin the moment.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Teni! Why would you? Stop it. Teni is not your problem. Benjamin is your problem. Are you
Wahala.
You know what? You're right.
Don't you dare baby me!
Listen, baby.
I knew there was someone else. God, I knew there was someone! But I wanted this to work so badly. I turned a blind eye to all the red flags. How could you?
No, it can still work.
Shut up! You know what? Just get out. Go to the room, pack your things, and get out. I don't want to see you ever again. Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
Do you want to go with him?
Of course not. I can't even explain. Stay away.
No! Stay away from me! How come I'm just getting the memo? You dated him? What happened to no secrets? Stay away from me, stay! Stay!
Good riddance.
While Ekene walked away from the scene, Trisha followed to profess her undying love for him. He however told her nothing was ever going to happen between them. He then revealed why he broke up with her in the first place, telling her he knew she had slept with Annie's boyfriend and given him STD. Trisha was shocked that he knew about that. Annie however overheard this conversation and tackled Trisha for sleeping with her boyfriend. Later that night, Nifemi goes looking for Toyosi to apologize over their differences and over what happened earlier at the wedding spot. The two soon reconciled over a bottle of wine. Meanwhile, Annie was still angry over Trisha's betrayal. She apologized to Ekene for trying to force Trisha on him and then for trying to ruin his and Teni'S wedding with those fake intimacy messages. It was discovered that truly Benjamin sent Teni messages but she never replied any of them. Trisha and Annie just made up the replies. Ekene's mother however begged Ekene to forgive Teni for keeping Benjamin a secret, citing how Teni is a good girl despite all the bad things she did to her. She soon made her way to Teni's room to apologize and welcome her to the family officially. Annie also came in shortly to apologize. Finally, it is the wedding day. Two hearts became one and they lived happily ever after. After the couple has had their dance, Jide, with the permission of the bride, proposed to Nifemi, the love of his life. Well, I guess there's a second wedding to plan. Next scene showed Teni, Tishe and their father packing out of their home. Their father had used the house as a collateral and it is now being taken away from them. If you could recall, Teni's father was begging someone over the phone at the resort. Apparently, he was begging for them not to take the house away. However, Jeff soon came back with a document that stated that the house is no longer a collateral and still belongs to Teni's father. He apologized for not coming to the wedding, stating the fact that he had to get back the house when he one day overheard Teni's father over the phone, begging and pleading for the house not to be taken away. He assured Tishe he wasn't cheating on her and apologized for every wrong he might have done to make her think he is a cheater. They soon kissed, everyone was happy and the movie ended. Moral of the story, love triumphs over.
I'm also sorry about that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
I love you.
Amazing.
I missed you. Nah.
And it's a wrap, guys. I guess my world is perfect after all.